Tonight, all 5 federal party leaders were in the hot seat in Montreal, each facing a 3-on-1 grilling from Radio-Canada journalists.
Monsieur Blanchet, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Singh.
Bonsoir, madame.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Carney.
Monsieur Penneau, bonsoir. Bienvenue. Monsieur Poilievre, bienvenue à cette grande émission.
It was an opportunity for the campaigns to get their message out in French. The stakes, winning over voters in Quebec's 78 ridings in terms of seats, second only to Ontario. Watching it all, Chief Political Correspondent Rosemary Barton. So, Rosie, looming large over these interviews, inevitably, was Donald Trump.
For sure. And the format was really fascinating here, Adrienne, because it meant that every leader had to answer some questions and you could really compare and contrast what their answers were about Donald Trump. But of course, there are really only 2 leaders here who are going to have to take on Donald Trump if you look at the opinion polls. Mark Carney said that he managed to get some things already from the president. He managed to get a commitment to renegotiate CUSMA in May after the election with whomever the prime minister is at the time. And he also said that he managed to get some respect from the president because he no longer is calling the prime minister governor, and there are no jokes about the 51st state. Pierre Poilievre was asked questions about why he had not focused more on Donald Trump previously, and he said that his job is to make Canada better. He's the only leader who's offering solutions to Canada around affordability and cost of living, while also saying that he would be well suited to take on Donald Trump. Yves-François Blanchet, in a difficult position, obviously, as leader of the Bloc Québécois, but made an interesting case about how he wants Quebecers to give him the ability to be an ally to Canada and to Mexico, and not a bargaining chip in a negotiation when it comes to Quebec culture and language.
So the stakes here are clearly high. Quebec is watching, but French isn't Mark Carney's strong suit.
No, it isn't. And he certainly was the weakest performer in French, sometimes stumbling, occasionally letting an English word slip. But he managed to hold his own. He was very careful in his answers. Remember that Quebec's race right now, Adrienne, is really coming down to the Liberals and the Bloc Québécois. Pierre Poilievre, very fluent in French, didn't have any trouble answering any of the questions. But Yves-François Blanchet, of course, French is his first language, did take a couple of knocks at Mark Carney. Mark Carney had been asked to describe what Quebec meant to him, and he uses the phrase a distinct society, which is kind of a passé phrase for many Quebecers. And Yves-François Blanchet criticized him for doing that, said, hey, we've moved on. We are now a nation of Quebecers, and that has been recognized by Parliament. So you could see him trying to slap down the Liberal leader in hopes of chipping away at some of his support so that he could, in fact, hold on to some of his seats. Quebec, as you know, such a key battleground to whoever is going to win this election.
All right, Rosie, thank you.
Thanks.